Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker. My name is BringItDon. Off camera I did some digging, both online and in-game, seeing if I could continue my romance with Valerie. I can't. I actually missed the first step. So after her duel with her mentor, Fredero Sinnott, I believe, you have to talk to her in the capital and flirt with her, and then y'all go get a drink at the tavern, and then the romance proceeds from there. But I never did any of that, so let's just head into White Rose Abbey. Find the tool that I need to overthrow Irovetti, and call it a day. Alright, let's drop some buffs before I do anything else.
I'm listening.
Yes,
You can count on me.
I don't need both of those up there. I do want... where's it at? Disintegrate. Also, where's my haste at? Let's put my damaging spells over here. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. And let's drop these.
I'm restless.
Drop a couple blurs just to be safe. You know what? I'm actually going to change this up as well. So I'm going to start using legendary proportions on my on Reg and my Paladin. It's not pretty, but it'll do. Alright, let's see here. These dropped.
I stand ready.
And Paladin buffs. Now, if this is an Irovetti area, I'm assuming that things are going to be evil. Or evil things are running around at least. Doggo here has some health. And let's cast some death wards. Sure. I know, I'm going through a lot of buffs. I don't know what to expect. If anything, there might even be a fight here. I haven't had a good dungeon crawl in a while, so. Also, legendary proportions, in case you don't know, increases your size class by 2 instead of just 1.
I will not falter.
So that's exciting. Never using cleave. Only got cleave so I can get cleaving finish later on. Also, I have frightful aspect on him. Let's equip that. I don't think Righteous Might stacks with frightful aspect, right? Probably not. I'm just gonna pop everything. Screw it. Let's get one of these. I don't know. We very rarely do acid, so maybe fire and electricity. Those are the most common. I should have done something else there. Sure, have her another something. I don't know. Let's drop a haste. And I have delay poison. Okay. Again, there might not even be a fight here, but I like casting all my spells. And Harem has level 8 cleric spells, by the way. That's where Frightful Aspect comes into play. You become a larger, awful version of yourself and take on the features that horrify your enemies. You gain the following abilities: +6 size bonus to strength, +4 size bonus to constitution, +6 natural armor bonus. Damage resist 10 magic, and spell resistance equal to 10 plus half your caster level. You emit an aura that emanates 30 feet from you. Any enemy within the aura are shaken. Each time a creature shaken by this aura hits you with a melee attack, that creature becomes frightened for 1 to 4 rounds. Though at the end of the duration is no longer affected by this aura. It's pretty awesome. Like, it's pretty good. Actually, if I didn't use Fright or Righteous Might with that spell, I wouldn't lose any armor class. That's pretty cool. Okay, I see a thing.
I see something.
Crap! Oh, there's a trap there. There's another trap here. Think she can stealth it out?
Any fun to be had?
I'll have to have invisibility, right?
I did as you asked.
Oh, that's a lot of people. But you know what?
Let's finish them quick.
Oh, there's more. Obviously, I didn't even see those guys. They must have been invisible. Alright, do we have haste up? Yeah. Alright, yeah, we're fine. Oh, Octavia, use your stuff. Actually, you know what? Use Disintegrate.
Let us strike as one.
Oh, good stuff so far. That's fun. There's a lot of enemies. They didn't seem super tough. I think the were-tigers could have given us trouble, though. They're anything like the were-rats from
Without a doubt.
previously.
I don't like
I said a trap.
surprises.
There's another trap.
Ready and willing.
How much longer does this last? 36 seconds? Let's run her ahead.
Done.
Look for more traps, and then I'll look at the incorruptible pedal in a second.
Onwards. Together.
Yeah, there's another. More enemies. Cool.
I did as you asked.
So that's not a bad idea. Put like greater invisibility on her, and then just have her run through the dungeon before everybody else. Incorruptible pedal. +5 holy. The holy weapon of Shaylin, goddess for art, beauty, and love. That's pretty cool. +5 holy glaive deals an additional 2 to 6 sonic damage and also grants its wielder the ability to cast heroic invocation once per day as a 17th level wizard. Well, darn it, if I use glaives, I'd be in luck.
I did as you asked.
Cool.
You
Let's shove
can
another
count
haste.
Do not falter.
Who will prevail? Doesn't matter.
You know what? You've got a good, I forgot a stone skin. I should have casted that. Oh well. Oh, thank goodness I put that lightning stuff on. 116 sneak damage. That's just a slaughter. Gardener. Tripping clock. Sounds disgusting. If your clock's dripping, I recommend you take it back to where you bought it. And not have that in your household. Long Spear, another piece of the Technic set. Singing Edge. Whenever the spear hears a song, it starts singing along. Whenever the wielder of this +3 long spear becomes affected by a bardic performance, its enhancement bonus increases to +3, and it grants its wielder +2. 2 +3, isn't it? It's already a +3. Maybe it means by +3. It grants its wielder +2 bonus, dodge bonus to armor class. Not bad. I think the rest of it was all garbage, right? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay.
I will guide us.
Just quick save in case we fail this.
I've done your
probably can't fail it because French has a ridiculous amount of strength. The beautiful Nereid is deathly pale. She shudders as you approach. I know you. You're her hound. I have a message for you. The Nereid freezes and stares forward with unseeing eyes. When she speaks again, it's not with her voice, but another, one you recognize all too well. One moment, gotta take a sip of my coffee. Just 2 more to make 1,000. 2 more grains and my cup will be full. I care not who makes it first. You and your lands, my hound, or Pitax and its ruler. The time draws near, so enjoy yourselves, or fight, or celebrate your victory. Each step you take is one more toward my triumph. Take the tool promised to you. It awaits you here, at the bottom of the lake in the Abbey. But bear in mind, my peacock already knows you have revealed his secret. He is terrified, and he will soon make his move. Finished speaking, the Nereid hugs her shoulders and lowers her head. Who are you? Why do you speak with Nerissa's voice? The Nereid lifts her head and stares at you with big blue eyes. I am Avendra. I've spent many years serving my cousin Nerissa as her living tool, a channel for her voice, as a gift to her peacock, King Irovetti. Through me, he could communicate with her. Why would Nerissa do this to you? It is a long story, though you surely know much of it already. Long ago, my dear sweet cousin was different, but then a curse fell upon her, and it changed her completely. It's been a long time. Let me make sure I'm recording. Okay. Then a curse fell upon her, and it changed her completely. It's been a long time since I could recognize Nerissa, our once proud, brave, and visionary leader. The curse deprived her of her heart, and her first victims were her sisters, the nymphs, and myself. What was the tool Nerissa spoke of? A dark secret is hidden in these depths, the remains of victims of a treacherous murder. Side by side they lie at the bottom of the lake, the offspring of 4 noble Pitaxian families, the Akenza, Katani, Fiscari, and Strokali. I know little of the games mortal monarchs play, but I've watched Irovetti for a long time. He fears these bones will be recovered and draw the vengeance of their living relatives. That is why Nerissa told you where to search for the bodies. She also told him you would come to retrieve them. 2 rulers at each other's throats is exactly what she needs. Nerissa, dear cousin, what have you become? Who is that strange halfling that attacked me at the entrance? Avengers frowns and hisses through gritted teeth. The gardener. That is how he was known. The madman was obsessed with me, and Irovetti exploited that weakness of his to turn him into the most loyal of his guardians. I do not wish to speak more of him. Well, thank you for sharing this information. Wait, I beg you. Please take me with you, King. Let me live in your capital. I repay you by telling you all I know. I want to help you, and I want to help Nerissa too. If anyone can break the curse, it must be you. I would advise against it. Time and again, we have witnessed the treachery from those of the First World. We cannot place trust in their desire to repent and aid us. Well, I've heard of a Fae merchant later in the game, and this might be her. Also, I can't romance you anymore, Valerie, so I don't care what you think. Thank you for your kindness. See, I thought Avendra was a nymph, like, Oh, I have to go in here. Okay. The underground lake looks like a silver mirror. The reflections on its surface are so clear that you can make out every wrinkle in your clothes and the individual strands of your hair. What you can't make out, though, is anything that may be hidden beneath the water. I feel like I'm reading a little too quickly, and I apologize if that's the case. Harem claps his hands over his belt and looks around serenely. Such a lovely place. Once the pointless vanity of life seethed here, but now there is only desolation and calm. Am I the only one who feels it? The beauty of desolation and cold imminence. Now let's dive in. You dive into the lake. You once more notice the silvery quality of the water, as though it's been imbued with light, or perhaps radiates it. But the things hidden by the placid shimmering are horrible. Below your feet, at the bottom of the lake, float at least 24 corpses. The dead seem to stare at you, some with the empty sockets of hollow skulls, and others with the nightmarish dead eyes. One body floats past you, and you feel a small metal object fall into your hand. It looks like a signet ring. One of the dead bodies wears a purple belt. Another is clad in a black vest with bright green embroidery. You easily recognize the insignias of the 4 trade houses. There are dead bodies here from all the great families that once ruled Pitax. You dive deeper and deeper, pushing yourself until you feel the bottom of the lake beneath your hands, and something more, something metallic. A dagger lies beside the body of a young blonde man. The weapon is in perfect condition despite its submersion. It may be a trick of the mind, but as you leave, the dead man's body shifts, and it seems almost like a nodded farewell, like the man wishes you luck and hopes to be avenged. It's all old news. What did I get? Dark Wind. This dagger retrieved from the bottom of the lake in White Rose Abbey once belonged to a young man from the Stracali family who was murdered at the order of King Irovetti. +4 dagger grants its wielder +5 bonus to stealth skill checks and increases sneak attack damage with any weapon by 1 to 6 damage. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I read about Sinking Edge already, I think. Alright. Well, I guess that's it. Let's get out of here. Do I go straight to Pitax, or do I return to the kingdom? So I was thinking about it a little bit. If you had a party of 5 clerics and a rogue, I mean, what could stop you? Because the clerics could cover all of your bases. You could have a tank cleric. You could have a DPS cleric, like a crusader, if you wanted to, or just a cleric that uses two-handed. Let's get back to my stuff real quick. Yeah, someone wielding a two-handed weapon. Then the rogue, obviously, for your lockpicking and your other stuff. Trap disarming. Alright, yeah, we have to go back to the capital. I had a feeling they weren't just gonna let me go straight to Pitax from here for whatever reason.
My breath.
Oh yeah, and if y'all remember that primal shambling mound that we fought during the Season of Bloom questline, I couldn't kill it. Supposedly, if you do negative energy damage to it, it can kill it, like harm or anything like that, inflict wounds. Supposedly that'll kill it, according to the internet. I found that while I was looking for Valerie's romance. It's funny how forums work. We'll go sell this stuff. I might give that dagger to Knock Knock, but I think his kukris are better. Speaking of Knock Knock, I had a dream last night. It was a mix between Avengers Infinity War, not necessarily the movies, just Infinity War in general, and Knock Knock was in it, so it was like a mixture of this game and Avengers Infinity War. And Knock Knock was the sole reason he ended up giving his life, but he bamboozled Thanos long enough for the Avengers to get the gauntlet away from him and save the day. It was a very long dream. At least it felt like a very long dream. It's also a very sad dream. Good old Knock Knock. It's really not that good. I'm not gonna. There we go. Almost another 100,000. Hot dog. All right. To the throne room to speak to the envoy. I'm assuming the envoy is going to be that Stefano guy. Because he's the one that we have all the interactions with. He's weirdly loyal to Irovetti. I don't know why.
My strength betrays me.
I was right. It is that Stefano guy. Stefano Mascani is wearing particularly splendid attire for his visit. His doublet is embroidered with precious stones and decorated with the emblem of Pitax. A disdainful smile is plastered on his powdered face. He bows formally. Your Highness, I am here on behalf of His Highness Irovetti of Pitax. It is an open secret that things are not going too well for your kingdom of late. Bandits and monsters, which you supposedly exterminated, are swarming your countryside once more. You're losing the trust and respect of your subjects. Everyone sees that you are failing to meet the responsibilities of a proper ruler. It's just that not everyone dares to say this out loud. His Highness Irovetti is ready to lend you a helping hand. Reject this unbearable burden of power, kneel to him, and abdicate the crown. He will rule the stolen lands as wisely and fairly as he rules his own country. His Highness is expecting you at his palace in Pitax, ready to accept your oath. I don't want to get riled up here. I think I'm just going to tell him very well. Tell Irovetti that I'm coming. His Highness is expecting you. With a low bow, Mascani leaves the throne room. Or Mosconi. Just say Mascani. I don't really care. I'm probably going to have to end up killing him anyway. So King Irovetti invited you for a visit. I had the perfect gift for him. With a smug look, Lindsay shows you a thin paperback. Look through it when you have the time. The entire truth of the Academy of Grand Arts and its so-called patron Irovetti. Hope it gives him a stroke when he reads it. Then all your problems will have solved themselves. The first press run is already on its way to Pitax. When you go, don't forget to take me with you. I want to see the effects of the book Professor Arebold and I wrote with my own eyes. I'm sure it'll be explosive. Lindsay, I really don't want to take you with me. Bard's calling. Yeah, that's her quest. Son of a gun. Alright, well, she's going with us, I guess. Son of a fricky dicky.
Forwards.
Also, I really want to go and find the rest of the artifacts that I have. Well, particularly the one piece of the Keled armor set that I'm missing. Let's read this real quick. Teachers lecture their students on harmony and beauty, all the while clueless to the ugliness their students face outside the classroom. But alas, above poems and murals, Irovetti places greater value on the beauty of the nude form. Instead of practicing the lute and composing poetry, the students are forced to practice avoiding the unsolicited attention of their patron. Those who dare reject him risk expulsion, or worse. Those few who know the vile truth remain silent, for the highest law in Pitax is little more than the capricious will of the crowned bandit. Reading this, I realize I don't know how to pronounce that. Little more than the Capri Sun of a crowned bandit. There we go. So I have 3 pieces of the Titanic League stuff. Get rid of some of this crap. Actually, maybe I should keep that. Let's keep some of this stuff. I'll have a ring. Lesser ring of ultimate protection. And a sigh. Okay, I guess some of my artisans have stopped by recently. I actually hold on to that as well. I should probably keep some of the quest items from the main quest anyway. This isn't going to work because this gives me saving throw stuff. Did it work? Well, I guess that doesn't matter. That's going to waste. Jeez Louise. Okay. An immunity to motion effects. Does he have something that... Oops. Alright, fine. You can have that. Also, why is he only at 37? Shouldn't he be higher? Fascinating. Okay, well... There you go. Yeah, you benefit from that. Let's rest before we leave. Before I forget. Alright, then to Pitax. Let's go confront Irovetti and take his kingdom. Oh man. Finally deal with the Irovetti. One less threat to the kingdom. More experience. I wish he had a Earthbreaker. I think he has an axe on his back. Might be a sword. So the merchants sell the crap that I just picked up. Actually, someone probably could use that ring of protection +3. Oh well. That's right, I gotta bring Lindsay with me. Son of a gun. Hopefully she has decent equipment.
Forwards.
I guess Reg will be staying behind. That sucks. Sorry, Reg. I'm not happy about it either. Maybe it'll give me the option to finish your quest before we have to confront Irovetti. So I'm assuming we're going to attack him in the palace and it's going to be like a whole dungeon. I should have bought rations. Oh boy. Oh well. We'll make it work. +1 to relations, really? We just started a war. We got +1 to relations. I'll take it, because I think relations is what I need to increase to get my espionage advisor. Level her up just real quick. What does she get? Spire Heroics. Okay. Oh, I have no idea. I know what spell she has. Here. Actually, you know what? No, summon a large elemental. Let's have you spawn stuff in the background. And it's a Pitax. I kind of wish that when you got the bonuses from like these little blue things on the map, that you couldn't drop beneath that threshold, because those things aren't going anywhere. Oh, just passed it to the first of the month. Let's deal with the kingdom stuff real quick before we head to Pitax, so that we know it's in good hands. Well, I mean, I think he only had like one Like, he had a very small chance of actually succeeding. Good job, bud. Yeah. Oh, we're crumbling. Fantastic. Really? They don't have anything at 0. Keston, you take care of yourself. How about that? Last resort. Trust the kingdom. Sure. Try it. You know what? Yeah, do it. You can't do that. Mercenary army. Oh, there we go. Getting my kingdom back in order. Sending the troops to quell the uprisings. Or to uphold the crumbling. I guess he's not quelling riots, we're past riots. Barely holding it together.
My strength fades.
We'll be alright. We'll rest before we go in there, Harry. Don't you worry about a thing, bud. Oh, Lindsay, whatever. What should I get? Let's just go for damage. Actually, where... Yeah, let's eat our favorite, Owlbear Omelet. It's nice, I barely get attacked now when I rest. That's nice. Alright, into Pitax, finally. Approaching the city, we found the gates wide open. There was no one there to greet us. Well, time to invade. It's like, how did you conquer Pitax? Well, they left the gates open, we just walked in, and, said it was ours. I still haven't found a unique Earthbreaker. Like a good one. I feel like that shouldn't be like an uncommon weapon. I mean, I know that there's the Masterpiece that I still don't have. What's that? To the Academy, okay.
Forwards.
Anything else?
No, you're good. Speaking of which, what do you have? Equipped, dexterity and charisma. Yeah, you'll be okay. Could use a better cloak, but... yeah, that'll be okay. She has decent gear. Stefano.
Without a doubt.
So I don't know what to
Applause, please.
expect here. Ooh, Dragon Slayer. This weapon was forged for a paladin who swore to never shave his beard or trim his hair before he kills an evil dragon. He almost died when the dragon's breath set his fell of hair on fire, but Iomade graced her champion with a miracle, instantly making him completely bald. Fascinating.
Applause, please.
Alright, let's just keep circling around the square. Surprised we don't have an event. Alright, there's Gaspar, or Gasper, to the port. Alright, let's talk to him. Does I have his signet ring, I believe. There you are, Your Highness. Irovetti is expecting you to bend the knee, but I suspect you have other plans. Now tell me about yourself. Alright, we already know that. I am the head of the Liakenza family and the Iron Fox Trade House. We ruled Pitax not long ago, before that scoundrel Irovetti seized the crown, and most of our property. Now the old families hold but a sliver of their former influence, but we still live on, quietly hoping for revenge. But what caused you to lose influence? Alright, yeah, no, we've read this. We heard exactly that. Assuming I oppose Irovetti, will the old family support me? You can count on help from the Liakenza family. Regarding the other trade houses, I've tried to unite them many times, but the stubborn fools would sooner die alone than triumph united. I have no idea what might bring them into line. What I'm going to tell you will persuade the other trade houses to join the rebellion. I'm all ears. A pirate gang led by Laura Nusky worked for Irovetti. What? All the members of the old families kidnapped by Irovetti are dead. Their bones lie at the bottom of the underground pond at White Rose Abbey. By the gods, this is unheard of. I'll immediately dispatch my people to the Abbey and the other families. If this is true, the Irovetti will face blood vengeance from all the families. Alright, I'll keep your eyes open. Cool. Alright, so if I talk to these important people... But Stefano's different. He's like highlighted or whatever. So I'm not sure what to do with that. Oh, let's just keep looting. Ring of Law. +4 deflection bonus to armor class, immunity, confusion, and fear. Only lawful characters can equip it. She's chaotic. He's lawful. I guess I could put it on him, right? It wouldn't hurt. He'd be losing a little bit of damage, right? Just the one. I like his damage. Alright. I'm lawful, and I have an empty ring slot, but I already have everything covered by the Absolver's Cloak, so that's not going to do me any good. And this is better than this. So I guess I'll just be selling that. It seems pretty good.
Anything else?
Does Lindsay have a higher trickery than 30? Yeah. 38. Okay, so why is Octavia not doing this stuff? Instead of Lindsay. Alright. So there's a barricade here. Let's not go that way yet then. Cersei Khaleesi, or Ursi Khaleesi. Good day, Your Highness, for the moment at least. I didn't expect you to show your face here. Will you allow me to give you a piece of advice? Yeah, what advice do you want to give me? There are two possibilities. Either you've come to surrender to Irovetti, hoping for his mercy, or you're here to start a bloodbath in the streets, thinking that my guard won't stop you. My advice is the same in either case. Run. Who are you? Ursi Khaleesi, Captain of Pitaxian Guard. I am the one responsible for keeping trouble off the streets, including struggles for power. Perhaps what I have to say will change your mind. Perhaps, but I wouldn't count on that. I can't succeed in that, can I? Yeah, let's try this. This is very bad, but you better keep it to yourself. If the old families found out, there would be real trouble. And that's the last thing I need in the city. Listen, I have nothing against you personally, but you are walking straight into trouble. Leave while you can, or I'll have to arrest you for disturbing the peace. Maybe I should have tried the diplomacy. Oh well, that's one person I can't convince. Let's go talk to Stefano, I guess. Or finish exploring this side at least. Then I'll worry about Stefano.
Look ahead.
Alright, let's talk to Stefano. Maybe I can convince him to side with me. Let's quick save before it. Well, I've been recording. Alright, not too long. So we reach the climax of your tale at last. Admitting his failure, the brave, but alas, inept ruler delivers his crown into the hands of his wise old friend. At least that's how they write about it in his chronicles. But we both know that's the only thing that matters. You aren't the first, and you won't be the last, to lose all you possess to my master. But I must admit, you were a worthy adversary. If you knew what I know, you wouldn't stay loyal to Irovetti for long. Let me tell you something. Don't waste your breath. I already know everything that you know, and more besides. You can't convince me to join you, with flattery or threats or any shocking scandal. Well, you're right about one thing. Only one monarch will hold the crown by day's end, but it won't be Irovetti. You simply won't give up, even to the bitter end. How amusing. Well, we shall see who prevails. Okay. Well. Alright, so he left. Let's go, maybe we can recruit more people in these other areas, like the academy. This area actually seems pretty big. Let's,
Here!
Stray yarns. There you are. Well, what kind of performance are we to expect today? The capitulation of King Donal in the face of luminous Irovetti, or something else? If I oppose Irovetti, will you support me? Why? Irovetti prays to Calistria himself, and donates generously to the temple. With him in charge, the city has become much more cheerful than it used to be. Why would I wish to see him disposed? To avenge all the lives trampled. Revenge? Oh yes, the goddess is patient, but sooner or later the bill must come due. The sacred sting allows much, but what he's doing is unacceptable. I'm ashamed of accepting money tainted by his dirty crimes. I shall wash my hands in his blood. Go now, and carry out your plan. We shouldn't be seen together. There are spies everywhere. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's go around and keep recruiting people to take out Irovetti. I kind of wish I got the captain of the guard. I really regret not doing the diplomacy option, because it seemed like I wasn't going to get it anyway. Like, I would have needed a good roll for it. That is Imar Deschamps. Gone is the confident and well-groomed playwright who approached you at the Rushlight tournament. Imar Deschamps, who sent you to defeat the river pirates, is pale and wan, as though he had not slept for days. He shakily runs a hand through his hair as you approach. It's a terrible mistake. I owe you an apology, and an explanation. He holds up a hand as if to request patience or ward off a blow. Walsh Kevaway, the magistrate, knows that I have a way with words. Wouldn't think that now that I'm stumbling over myself. He may be cruel, but he's devious. I think he wanted to test my loyalty and eliminate rivals at the same time, so he recruited me as a spy. It seemed natural, but with my husband and the guards, I just couldn't refuse. That would make me look like a threat to the state. The king is already putting the squeeze on the city guard hard enough, so that would threaten my Talwyn too. Now I've concocted a story to get you to attack someone on the pretense of piracy, knowing that it wasn't true. Imar withers with shame. He nervously looks around. You need to get out of here before there's more trouble. I'm going to do what I can to make this right, though. Faster than you can say. Hey, there's Renshala Viscari. Imar Deschamps. A moment, gotta take a sip of coffee. Imar Deschamps, shouts an approaching woman, her voice silencing all the other conversations for 100 feet. It is Renshala Viscari, who had overseen the convoy you attacked, and she proudly wears the light blue clothing embroidered with the hair insignia of the Riversong Trade House. You have the gall to show your face in Pitax after your slander and treachery? Who do I have to blame for this heinous attack on my shipments, my family and my crew members? Several of her personal guards array themselves behind her, watching grimly. At the same time, onlookers begin gathering to see what's happening. It is this miserable actor, and who lines your pockets, I wonder? Who would stand to profit from my family's misfortune by hiring assassins? Walsh Kevaway, stand aside. Make way for the king's magistrate. The Honorable Walsh Kevaway makes his way to the conversation with a squad of Pitax's guard in tow. Sergeant Talwyn Halmarian, keep the peace as I handle these miscreants. He tugs irritably on his sash before looking at you. As for you, it is convenient that you have spared us the trouble of arresting you for sentencing. How dare you show your face in Pitax after launching an unprovoked attack on the Riversong Trade House, lifeblood of our city and pride of our kingdom. You have slain our people and threatened the prosperity of every citizen gathered here. It was not his fault, declares Imar as he steps forward. I accept responsibility for... The magistrate interrupts. Listen, now this villain has begun poisoning the minds of our people, using doubt and venom to make us see ourselves as fiends when the mastermind stands before us. He points accusingly at you. Yes, proud citizens of Pitax. From this foreign miscreant stems all these ills. Sergeant Talwyn... Why is it that color? Sergeant Talwyn seems baffled by what's happening, looking for guidance from Imar. The latter looks back with sad resolve. But we are a civilized and high-minded people, declares Walsh Kevaway. Let us hear from the accused. Smugly he turns to you and awaits your response. This man, the playwright. He betrayed us. He hurt Renshala. He made us into bandits. Let him take the blame for his mistakes. Octavia looks worriedly at Talwyn. Look at him, Donald. That's love. If we don't keep Imar safe, we'll have broken these two apart. All night I can sleep with that on my conscience. If I am found guilty, what happens? You are the head of a foreign state, the magistrate admits with disdain. Although putting you under arrest is not within my humble power. You shall be reviled as a treacherous murderer and scoundrel throughout the River Kingdoms. Yeah, you're the one behind all this, and I can prove it. A cruel sneer cracks Judge Kevaway's face. Ah, the red-handed criminal questions the judicial system. Very well. How do you refute the state's accusations? Yeah, you told me of the so-called pirates, Judge Kelvaway. What could you have gained by painting your own people as outlaws? Of course I warned you against pirates, Judge Kelvaway responds indignantly. King Irovetti soldiers patrol our territory to ensure the safety of all, yet there are those who would exploit the river freedoms to attack our merchants. He looks at you for a moment before returning to the crowd. Clearly our king was right to worry about foreign powers preying upon our people. Although the crowd still seems moved by Judge Kelvaway's rhetoric, a muttering minority begins questioning his narrative. You warned Renchala Viscari of an impending attack, not from pirates, but from me. It's as though you'd hoped I would attack her and incriminate myself. I was prepared to condemn you for theft and murder. It is no trouble for me to add forgery to the accounts against you. Judge Kelvaway peers at the page for a moment before adding, and even so, it is my sacred duty to protect the people against the foreign pretenders and predators from your lawless land. Renchala Viscari steps forward. Forgery? You sent this letter directly to me, Your Honor. You warned me about Donald, and I have received at least 10 letters from you before. The writing and the seal match. Why would the accused forge a letter that incriminates himself? No, you are blustering because you work with this playwright to attack me. Although the crowd still seems moved... Yeah, okay. Yeah, the playwright Aymar Deschamps asked me to attack the Viscari convoy, though he misinformed me about my target's identity. It's true, Aymar proclaims, eliciting a gasp from Talwyn. I concocted a story to get Donald in trouble. We would not be here now were it not for my deception. Yeah, tell them who made you do this. The playwright squares his shoulder before pointing at the magistrate. Walsh Kelvaway approached me, demanding that I trick Donald into attacking the convoy, for the good of Pitax. What I thought was a service to the kingdom has endangered our people and the innocent man before us. Lies and slander, explodes the magistrate. How easy it must be for a playwright to spin such a web of falsehoods to confuse the listener and betray his neighbors. No, good people, Pitax. Aymar Deschamps was born not in our fair nation, but in Taldur, where intrigue and backstabbing are second nature. It should come as no surprise that he would find a kindred spirit in Donald. Alright, well I have presented my evidence. Do not forget that Pitax is the land of law and justice, the king's justice. As appointed magistrate and defender of the people, it is my job to declare you guilty. Judge Kelvaway sneers in grim triumph before staggering back at the crowd's outburst. Clearly he was hoping for the grudging support of the onlookers. Rather than hate you for attacking the Viscari convoy, most people present seem to sympathize with you and blame Walsh Kelvaway for framing you. He tugs at his sash so hard it nearly tears before spinning to leave. Yeah, let's attack him.
Finish them quick.
Aymar seems unable to find the right words to say. I was at fault. I was ready to accept the blame, but you never blamed me for anything. I don't understand, but I'm grateful. You could have abandoned me to suffer for my wrongdoings, yet you shielded me. I won't forget this. Sergeant Talwyn approaches and puts a comforting hand on his husband's shoulder. I don't understand all of what just happened, he admits. He gives Aymar a scolding look before adding, I'm sure my husband will be happy to explain it to me later. I can tell he was in trouble, and you stepped in to protect him where I might not have been able. I appreciate that so much. I want you to know that we, the guards, are outraged with King Irovetti and his ever-crueler policies. I think Walsh might have wanted to provoke me to revolt and use it against the guard. Anyway, please take this. Before I donned the uniform of Pitax, I wore this as a sellsword. Well, I'm glad I could help. As Aymar and Talwyn depart, Renchala approaches you. We may not have met under the best circumstances, yet I think I understand why your people respect you. What you just witnessed was King Irovetti's idea of justice. I don't care for it at all. Please, take this amulet. You'll let the others of my family know that you are a friend. She gives you a shallow bow and then departs for the docks. Alright, we're going to look at the equipment I just got, then we're going to call it an episode. And the next episode will definitely take care of, or continue to... Oops. Alright, what do we got? Plus 5 confidence bonus off persuasion and athletic skill checks, and resist electricity 20. I think I'm okay with this, honestly. Persuasion and athletic skill checks. So what? Alright, who has the best persuasion? It might actually be, so I don't need immunity to fatigue. In all actuality, like, I'm fine with resting. Now, hey, what does this do? This armor produces a magical force that protects its wearer's vital areas. Its +4 chainmail grants its wearer protection from critical hits and sneak attacks. Whenever such attack would be scored on the wearer, with a 50% chance it is negated. And the attack only deals normal damage. Okay. That's okay. Okay. What is that? Oh, just an engraved bracelet. I feel like I was missing something. Thought I got another piece of gear that I could read. Oh wait, no, it's from this guy's body. Bard Battle of the Century. And a kukri. +4 is sacrificial. The marking on this blade insists that this kukri is forged by one of the pirate blacksmiths of the Black Marquis. This +4 kukri deals an additional 2 damage to helpless targets. Alright, we're calling the episode here. The next one will continue to overthrow Irovetti. I can attack these guards like wherever I want. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll continue talking and turning his citizens against them. Thanks for watching, and hope to see y'all in the next episode.